Ice style, no stylish, no Chanel, Saint Laurent, Gucci bag, lifestyle, no stylish, Louis Vuitton, Jimmy Choo.
What's going on, guys? My name's Elisha and welcome back to Goal. This is where we discuss everything in the world of football from the past week, and this week we have a lot to talk about. The return of the Champions League, undeserved red cards, cries, all that good stuff, and also the countdown to FIFA 19 coming out this week. So without further ado, let's dig right into the business. So first off, we're talking Champions League, of course, and Liverpool off to a phenomenal start, beating Paris Saint-Germain, PSG 3-2, and a late goal from Firmino. Beautiful, beautiful setup by Firmino.
And still, and it's in!
Overall, just an amazing goal. It wasn't a free kick, it wasn't a long range shot, but he worked for that. Like, those are the type of goals that you really have to work for. Everything has to coordinate and then just net it in. There's no room for error. There's no room to really think. It's all instinct. You're in the box. You got to get through whoever's in front of you and make an opening so you can get that shot off. And he did that perfectly. And I'm really happy that Sturridge got to score the first goal for the team this week. Sturridge has had his problems over the years with Liverpool, and he went on loan for like half a season last year, but now he's back and he's scoring goals again, and he started the game over Firmino, which is really refreshing to see, and I just hope him the best for the future. I hope that he can really find his spot in that team, because it is very competitive, especially in the forward position in Liverpool right now, because they have so many options coming off the bench, guy that really want to play and that really can score. So it's good to see that they have so many options and they're just killing it up front. But on the other side, it didn't look too good for PSG. I mean, this is just the beginning of the competition, but it's good to have a good head start, a strong start to the season. You know, just get a win in the first game, and it's not always easy to go away to Liverpool, to Anfield, and get that win. And they did come back from a 2-0 deficit, but they just couldn't hold off until the end. Speaking of strong starts, Barcelona got a 4-0 win, hat-trick from Messi. We feel like every single year we just hear these things and it just starts sounding normal. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not biased, but my team did that. I gotta say how it is. 4-0 back home. Messi started off this Champions League quest with a hat-trick. Dembele is playing fantastic. Umtiti actually got a red card at the end of the game, which really was stupid because they were leading 3-0 already when he got the red card.
Cualquier organizador de cualquier media punta, cualquier medio centro.
There really wasn't a need for that foul, so I feel like it kind of got over his head, the game, maybe the tension and just the emotions kind of got the best of him that game. But these players really need to learn how to control themselves so that they don't get red carded, because then your team misses out. If you're one of the top players, they're missing on key elements going forward into the next game. Now, speaking of red cards, you have on one side Umtiti doing that, getting himself red carded, last defender running into the other player, whatever, that's deserved, fine, I'll take that. But Cristiano Ronaldo also received the red card in the 29th minute in Juventus' 2-0 win against Valencia. Now, I already spoke about this on Instagram, made a video during the week right when it happened, and here are my thoughts yet again. Totally undeserved. The foul, first off, wasn't really a foul. He got a little bit upset with the player, told him to get up, whatever, touch his head, barely touch his head. That was like a love tap, all right? That did not deserve even a yellow. That's like a warning. All right, guys, keep your hands to yourself from the ref, whatever. The ref went to the other referee that's behind the goal, talked to him for a little bit, came back, straight red for Cristiano. That ref, obviously, something was said. I don't know what was said between them, but they obviously have a problem with Ronaldo, because that was not a red card whatsoever. Ronaldo got really upset at it, started crying, and you can tell, you know, when it means to you that much and every game is important and you want to do your best and you get taken out of the game so unfairly in the first half, you can understand why he would be so mad. But I guess he kind of feels better now, since he scored the first goal for Juventus, winning 2-0 this weekend, putting them on top, keeping them on top of the Serie A. But let's not get sidetracked. We're still in the Champions League right now. Inter Milan beat Tottenham 2-1. The game was 1-1, and right in the end, Inter was able to pull off that win. Tottenham need to get it together. Premier League, Champions League, they need a wake-up call. They need something to tell them, hey, it's okay. We've had a rough start to the season. Okay, all the competition not going too well for us right now. We need to just calm down, take a deep breath, and just really get back to being Tottenham. Tottenham are a strong team. They can't afford to be taking so many L's in one season. And another Premier League team that took an L in the Champions League, Man City got beat by Lyon 2-1. How's that? How's that for the Farmers League, huh? Everybody's saying, oh, the French teams are so bad, and the big bad wolves of the Premier League, Man City, get defeated 2-1. This is why you should never underestimate your opponent. These teams are taking this seriously. They're seeing the Liverpools, who are kind of the underdogs last year, make it to the Champions League final. They want a piece of the cake too. Every game's not gonna be easy for you. So these guys really need to go into the games with a set plan, with a real focus on, we're not here to play games. We're not here to play lightly. We're going to play our best guys. We're going to play our best football. That's what Man City failed to do. Lyon was just more prepared for that day. Not saying that's going to be like that on the returning games, but they're going into the next game with a different mindset. They beat you already. And speaking of the Premier League, Manchester United continue to just be sloppy in the Premier. Somebody talk to them. Sir Alex Ferguson is feeling a lot better now. He's out and about watching the games live. So he needs to be there a little bit more for them, for United. Give them some words of encouragement, because it's obviously not coming from Mourinho. I don't want to be coming at Mourinho, but he's been so negative lately. He needs to be supporting his team. They need to get in the right state of mind. Premier League, Tottenham, United, all right? I'm not the coach. I'm not the tactical, strategic expert here. I'm not the team psychologist. But I feel like these two teams really need to get their heads in the game. Y'all really need to. But then again, Watford has been pretty strong this beginning of the season. At one point, they were undefeated with the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea. So Watford are not a soft opponent. But then again, Manchester United at Old Trafford should not be losing to Watford. Well, with that being said, if they actually want to be title contenders, because the way that Chelsea is playing, the way that Liverpool is playing, you can't be taking those draws. You can't be sharing those points in games at home like that, especially in the beginning of the season. Those are crucial points. Liverpool now have their 6th consecutive win in the Premier League. They're starting off this season beautifully. Like, there isn't even much to talk about Liverpool right now. 3-0 in the bag. They get to go home, start again next week. And they're playing Chelsea next week, who, by the way, drew 0-0 against West Ham this weekend. Liverpool right now stand alone on top of the Premier League table, and not just not lose a single game, they've won all 6 of their starting games. They're on fire right now. They're in the right mindset. When they step on the field, the way the team is set up, you can tell that these guys are focused. They're hungry for success, and that's the mindset that those top teams who actually want to contend for the title need to have every single week. Now, despite drawing in one of their previous games, City look still strong in the Premier League, beating Cardiff 5-0. So that's a lot of goals they're scoring. Obviously, Cardiff is not the strongest of sides, but the Premier League is still the Premier League. We're not going to disrespect these teams right now. They work hard to get to this point. So winning 5-0 against Cardiff is a strong win. It's a strong result. They need to keep that same energy when they get to the Champions League. You can't be beating those lesser teams in the Premier League and then get to the Champions League and lose that focus. And now moving on to La Liga, Barcelona drawing 2-2 against Girona. They were actually down 2-1 at some point in the game, but then they came back late. And Real won their game 1-0. Tight game, just barely made it. 1 goal from Asensio, which now puts Barca and Real Madrid equal at 13 points at the top of La Liga. And again, the fact that Girona can hold Barcelona to a 2-2 draw and Espanyol can only allow Real Madrid to score 1 goal past them is showing that a lot of these so-called lesser teams are really evolving. They're not making it easy for these top teams anymore. So these games are going to get stronger. Every point counts. Every game counts. There are no easy games happening right now. And also, it makes it a lot more entertaining for us. We don't want to see blowouts day in and day out every single week from the top teams, from Real and Barcelona. We want to see these guys get challenged and really work for those wins. Football is a sport. Yes, there's a lot of money in it. These guys are professionals, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So we want to see small teams. We want to see upsets. We want to see the underdogs come in and put in a good fight. You know, that's what we're here for. We're here to see a good show. And who knows, maybe Ajax, who are third in La Liga right now, will keep this form going for the rest of the season and make top 4 and actually get a chance to be in a Champions League next season. Who knows? This is football. Anything can happen. Do I want to see it? Yes, as long as they don't, you know, knock Barca off the top. I want Barca to win La Liga. But at the same time, it would be great to see some new teams go into the Champions League next season and actually get a shot at the big stage on the European stage, playing different teams from different countries. Hold on, Migos, y'all might have just did some. They taste good. Smackable. Goodness gracious. I might just have to dab. Last but not least, moving on to the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich won their game against Schalke 2-0, which now puts them at the top of the Bundesliga table with 12 points. They've won all 4 of their starting games, which really isn't a big surprise for Bayern. I mean, they're used to dominating year after year after year. What would be a surprise is if right now they were like 4th or 5th, which, not hating, but I would love to see. I would love to see the team. What would that team look like? Is it going to be Dortmund? Is it going to be Hoffenheim? Who is it going to be? The team that actually takes Bayern off of their pedestal in the Bundesliga. Somebody do it. Somebody, anybody. Bring in a team from another country. Let them take a shot at it. But at the end of match day 4, Bayern stands tall with 12 points on top at number 1 and number 2, Hertha with 10 points. Hertha sounds like an old lady's first name. Hertha. Hertha. Ethel. Marianne. Mary Jane. And Dortmund is at 3rd place with 8 points after Christian Pulisic saves them this weekend with a 1-1 draw late in the second half. And finally, FIFA 19 is coming out this week. As I've said in the previous episode, I can't contain my excitement. I'm super excited for the series that I'm going to be starting this year on FIFA 19 Ultimate Team, the journey, skill games, all of that stuff, all types of videos about FIFA 19 coming right here on Go, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. But if you didn't, drop a dislike, but make sure you let me know why in the comments below. Drop your thoughts also in the comments. Did Ronaldo deserve the red card? How can anybody dethrone Bayern Munich? Who's going to win the Premier League? Does Liverpool already have it in the bag? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Also, make sure you check out the music and the social media down in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time on Goal. Peace.